This episode could not have started off better. I think the best way to start off a ReZero episode is with Subaru relaxing, because you know the shit that he's gonna be going through for the rest of this season is not going to be kind to him, beautiful to him. Well, maybe Amelia will be, but other than that, nothing in this arc will be as beautiful. Well, if you know, you know. But nothing in this arc will be as good to him as a moment of relaxation and peace. Because at the end of this episode, the drop that happens on Subaru and everybody else there is very head shattering, if you get what I'm saying. With that being said, if you haven't watched episode 1 of ReZero season 3, you should probably go watch that, because this is my first impressions of that, and I'm going to spoil what happens in that first episode. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it, then come back and watch the rest of this video, please. So this is the first rendition of Subaru being Amelia's actual night, and you get to see how everybody's reaction to that. Beatrice's reaction to that. I guess you can call her Betty, you can call her Beatrice, you can call her Bianco, whatever you wish to call her. You get to see everybody's reaction to how long they've been away from Subaru and how long they've been with Subaru and how much he's done for them. You can definitely tell there's been a shift in emotions with everybody here. There's a shift in emotions with Amelia and Subaru now that they've kissed, now that they've done everything that they did in the sanctuary and everything leading up to this point that they're at now. Everything that had happened with Betty, bro, everything that happened in that mansion, you can tell it has substance in this first episode. Everybody is different. There's no character that is still the same way that they were at the start of season 2. Everybody has changed for the better, and I love to see that. I love to see the character development not only in Subaru but in all of the other characters that went through shit in that last season. You can tell that there's a dramatic tone shift in everybody that's here. This is the first time that we've actually seen Subaru be welcomed in, you know, in a sense that we've never seen him in the business meeting. If you remember way back in season 1, when business meeting happened, Subaru got kicked out of the room. He had no importance. He had no leadership in this. And in fact, when he wanted so much information, when he wanted to get in that room so bad, it only made Ram and Rem actually treat him as a threat. Now he can go in that room, listen to all the business meetings, and he can cause chaos in there, but it doesn't matter now because he has this importance in Amelia's camp. He has that role of significance that actually matters. So he has to hear what the information is, because not only is he her knight, but you know, he's a little something else on the sidelines, and they even disclose that in the meeting, their relationship and the significance that it holds. And it's just like, man, it's crazy for me to like see from episode 1 of ReZero season 1 to this episode 1. The differences are astronomical, bro. The dialogue in this episode, I know it takes a long time to get to the final drop of the episode, but you gotta sit through it, you gotta enjoy it, you gotta, I love that it's not dry and slow like the slime anime is. And not no shade to the slime anime, but the dry, slow talking scenes where we're just going to a character going nom nom nom, and then the other character going nom nom nom. It's just that back and forth for the whole 24 episode like adventure. That it's not like that in ReZero. We talk a fuck ton, but there's substance in everything that we say. Everything matters. Now everything may matter in slime, but they don't show that. In ReZero, we showed that. We show that this matters. We have a little bit of goofiness in here, a little bit of comedy, because we're not gonna stretch you out with all that horror later. And in this episode, the dialogue is taken to a different fucking place. You get to see the facial reactions of everybody and everything that they do, whether it be stupid, whether it be scary, whether it be something that makes their heart churn a little bit. Get to the city of Pristella, bro. Oh my God, or Pristella. I don't really know how to say it. Please correct me in the comments. I know you guys are gonna do that anyway. But when we get to the city of Pristella, bro, everything just gets shoved in your face, and it's not a bad thing though. When he gets on the gondola and then everybody's like car sick or boat sick, or I'm not really sure how Subaru gets sick, but I remember he gets super sick and they have to drop him off, and then they go to this business meeting. When we get to the city of Pristella, bro, we meet so many different characters. We meet Oh my God, now that I think about it, now that I really reveal back and just sit back and see who all we actually met, Amelia and Subaru ran across, Regulus. They didn't like run, sprint, but they bumped into him. And the fact, some sinister shit is going on with Regulus is calm about that. He got bumped into and he wasn't like, you're disrespecting me. No, he was calm. He was calm in the fact that he knew exactly who both of these people are. I don't know if he knows who Subaru is, but he has to, right? And he knows for sure who Amelia is. He bumps into them and is like, it's fine. I'll take the disrespect that you're throwing my way. We will meet again. And he just disappears into the thick of the night, with the thick of the day. But he just disappears, and it's just like, as a viewer, you're like, what? That's not an immediate death. That's not an immediate head slice off moment. That's not an immediate, like, you're disrespecting my authority, now you die type of thing from Regulus. There's some sinister shit going on if that happens, and that's just a regular normality, that just happens. It just doesn't happen like that, bro. My dog just hurried out of here. I don't know what for reason. I guess because I was yelling. So we get to catch up with everybody that has been out of the story for at least like a year now, or a few months at the very least. We get to catch up with Felt and how she's doing with Reinhardt and what she's done to solidify herself in the whole royal selection. We get to catch up with Anastasia making deals behind the scenes, putting things in places to where she can eventually rise up to be the princess of Lugin. Finish the word for me in the comments. I can't say. You get what I'm trying to say. She's trying to rise to power. All of them are. Crucia's been doing things to get her memory back, so she hasn't really been focused on the royal selection, but she's still been doing things that she's been doing in the past, just not in that business savvy mindset, Not in a way that really makes her rise to power as much as she should have been doing, but she lost her memory. She's doing the best that she can, put in an unfamiliar scenario. That's like if I just threw a crown on you, said you were a king, and then said, yo, figure this shit out, gang. help build the capital to a greater place than it ever could be before. And you have no idea who you even are. So in Crucia's, in the sense of who Crush is, I understand why it's like a struggle for her, but it kind of sucks almost. It's good that this arc is gonna dive back into that whole little thing, because without spoiling too much for the anime onlys, I can't wait. This arc is gonna be amazing, bro. I legitimately can't wait for this arc to like develop fully. It's going to be astronomically different. But after Subaru and Beatrice get done dancing and singing around with Liliana, they actually get to the real deal part of all of these meetings, almost in a slime essence, that we get to sit down at this table and we talk about nothing for about I want to say 60 minutes, because that's really what this 90-minute episode was. 60 minutes of it was bullshit. I'll be honest with you, like I'm not the type of person that love dialogue, but everything in this episode mattered. But I want a little bit more substance. But that eventually came in tune with all of these meetings. All of these meetings, we ended up learning more about William and why he isn't in Reinhardt's life. And then Henkel, I don't know how to say his name, but he becomes this person that gets thrown into this room, obviously by Pristella, who wasn't invited or was invited. I'm not too sure if she was invited or was supposed to be there. I know she definitely wasn't supposed to bring Henkel. And that becomes its own thing about William being the person that banished Reinhardt, or something along the lines of their relationship boiling over. And Reinhardt is a good person. Reinhardt is a genuinely really good person. So he's willing to look over what William did. But it's just it's just a sour environment in its entirety. Nothing can come good from Pristella being anywhere around you. That's what I'm starting to understand. She feels like she is the main character, and we obviously know that's Subaru. So it gets dicey in that room, but at the end of the day, everybody knows why they are there. Everybody knows what has to come from them being there. Either they're there for a direct reason, or they're there because, you know, they know something. And then we eventually find out that Anastasia and Krush are actually in a meeting to get back her memories, thus entail, you know, who that also like affects, whose memories that also come back. But this first episode is really just to flesh out everything. I feel like if you've been gone from season 2 for a long time, which it has been 3.5 years, so we've all been gone for a long time. There's nobody that's going to remember exactly what happened unless you went back and watched all of season 1 and all of season 2, or you've been rereading the manga. Because even still, there's gonna be little things that you're gonna see in the show, and you're gonna be like, oh, I forgot about that. Oh, or this happened, and I totally missed that, you know? And this episode it's a gracious 90 minutes. It doesn't even feel like 90 minutes. It feels like a regular run-of-the-mill 24 episode. The way that I enjoyed it and the way that I watched it, I mean, I was kicked back on the couch like these watching it, eating. So I don't even remember what the fuck I was eating. It went by so quick. The bowl was empty by the time I finished the episode, and I was laid back like that, and by the time in the end I was like, oh. Anyways, though, this episode was really just to flesh out why everybody is here, why everybody matters. Even Garfield had something. Garfield, I call him Garfield all the time, that stupid orange cat, and he's just a bigger version of an orange cat with the D missing off the end. But even Garfield had something going on in this episode, and I don't know if it was really painted out or fleshed out what happened. I don't know if he met his mother or what happened in that scenario. But I assume in episode 2, we're gonna get a little more substance with that, because I, as somebody who didn't read that far into the manga, or not the manga, but the light novel, I should probably know what's going on, unless I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I'm really confused on that, but hopefully as I keep watching the anime, we'll know more about that, or somebody's gonna spoil it for me. But that's besides the point. I'll be happy to see whatever it is. Anyways, we get to know every single character here, and that's ultimately when the bombshell of this anime drops, bro. We get to see the alley park thug that eventually killed, that he actually did kill Subaru. I was thinking about it, he actually murdered Subaru in one of them endings. He actually stabbed him in the back, and obviously Subaru's moved past it because the person that stabbed him doesn't even remember that he did that. But we eventually know that Felt's been doing stuff with the slums and getting the slum votes into this. That's a really big brain. I don't know if Reinhardt thought of that, I don't know if Felt herself thought of that, but that's very smart, because that's the background that she comes from, and that's the background that she's most comfortable in, you know? But eventually we get to meet Sirius. My God. I know that this arc, this season is going to be absolutely astonishing, because as Sirius was yapping her ass off, I'm in my head like, Subaru's smarter than this, right? Subaru is way smarter than this. So when she's on top of this tower and she's shouting from the top of her lungs, I am in the witch cult and you all will pay attention to me, Subaru should have been the first person to look up there, see the colors, see her say Sirius Romanicanti, and immediately go, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, hold on, holy shit, let's get the fuck out of here, wrap this shit up, Reinhard, where are you? Like, immediately, that's what should have happened, and it couldn't happen because he was already under her genjutsu. Oh my God, this is gonna be such an amazing season. The whole time while I was watching this, because I'm like, bro, Subaru, lock the fuck fuck in, buddy. It's not time for you to be listening to her fucking propaganda. It's time for you to get into action mode. It's time for you to be action man. Be the Subaru that you're supposed to be and drive your ass over to your camp or the other camps wherever Reinhardt is, get his redhead ass, and let's handle this situation. But then I see the fucking red dots in his eyes and I'm like, ah, man, I understand exactly what's going on now. He's already trapped. It's already too late. And everybody, at least 10,000 people that are there, are also trapped, crying at the eyes, especially Subaru, because I don't know if he realizes, oh, he's already fucked. It's too late. It's too late. It's over. Once he saw like everything that was going on, they were clapping. They were foaming at the mouth. They were ecstatic at what Sirius was saying, her stupid propaganda of the witch coat. And then this boy, this poor boy is chained up in these spiky ass chains, poking the shit out of him at every jerk that she does with him. She raises him up and says, do you want me to drop him in the name of the witch coat? And everybody's like, yes, please drop the boy. and she drops the boy, and it's a massive drop kick to everybody that is there, quite literally, because all of their heads go and as a person that read the light novel, I saw it happen, but I couldn't see it happen. So seeing it happen is different from reading it happen. I know it's going to happen, but seeing it is way different than reading it. I genuinely was not ready for the shock that came from that, and neither was Subaru, because as soon as it happens, he goes back into reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Holy shit. Oh my God. I'm so mad at me. Like, it's exactly what Subaru did in that moment. He shudders at the thought that he's been good, no worries, for so many months. He probably hasn't died in so many months, and this happens. Something that he couldn't even fucking control happening. And how many people she killed in that instant? Just like that many heads were popped. 10,000 people at least, at bare minimum, or at least 1,000. Like, it had to be above 1,000 people that she killed by dropping one soul just like that. And it's soul shattering, not only for the viewer, not only for me, but for Subaru. He's panicking, he's sweating, he's like, not this shit again. And as a viewer, that's funny to see, but also like, yeah, boy, get back to that suffering, boy. Like, yeah, it's this season is going to be one of the craziest seasons ever in ReZero history. If you are a ReZero fan, trust me when I say this upcoming season and this fall season and the next core of this season in 2025, you will be fed, you will be satiated, because I can't even start to fathom how much stuff is actually going to be in this, like, because just seeing this first 90-minute episode, we're already fed good. And I don't even know, I don't know what opening they're gonna use. I don't know what like ending they're gonna, if they're even gonna use the opening, because if we remember in season 2, they completely cut out the fucking opening and gave us 40-minute episodes just to make sure that we had that amazing quality, and that consistent quality was always in the show. So what are they even gonna do with this arc? Is there gonna be more 40-minute episodes? Because oh God, bro, I'm gonna be, I'm so excited to see what they do. I'm so excited to see how they play it out. I'm so excited to just experience ReZero season 3. And if you're excited with me, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button, because I cannot wait to talk about every single episode through and through. Every single episode that drops, I'm going to talk about. Normally I wait a little bit after the 3rd episode, you know? Normally I wait and say, I don't need to talk about this yet because it hasn't really developed any substance. But in a 90-minute episode, how could substance not be developed? How could it not? That's basically a fucking movie. That's longer than Toy Story, one of the Toy Stories, right? Like, it's mind-boggling and mind-shattering. And that's a callback to the beginning of this episode. I hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed making it. I really enjoyed talking about this. I really enjoyed this episode, and hopefully you did too as a fucking ReZero fan. We're going to be not only eating, not only feasting, we're gonna have a fucking parade of food showered upon us with this new season, and I cannot wait to experience it with you guys. So if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed me talking about this, me yapping really for however long this video ends up being, please hit that subscribe button, that like button, and hit that little bell. Just show me some extra love. And other than that, I have nothing else to say, but please go watch ReZero. If you've watched this whole thing and you've seen my theatrics, bro, they're not for show. This episode is amazing in every minute detail. And this will make so many other people ReZero fans. When that clip of him getting dropped and everybody else in that crowd getting dropped surfaces on Twitter, I promise you there will be so many new ReZero fans. I promise you. And with that being said, thank you for watching this video, and